Welcome. My name is Mr. Huminski. I'm a science teacher at Lindhurst High School, and this is a video meant to help family members kind of understand their child's course, kind of virtually meet their teacher, just get a better understanding of how distance learning is being delivered, some of the resources that you should be aware of to better support your child. So I'm going to share my screen to show some resources um, that are going to be, again, really useful for supporting your child in their education, especially during this distance learning mode. So again, my name is Mr. Huminski, and this is for physical science. So my email address is here at the bottom in case you need it, and obviously you can just pause this video or rewind as necessary. I'm going to go through some tools in a moment, but first to kind of what physical science, what this course is about. This class is designed to get students ready for college prep classes. So our college prep classes for science consist of 3 different courses. So we have a Live on Earth, which is kind of like a biology class, a chemistry class, and then physics. And this class is geared to help students get ready for those classes. They'll be learning the basics from earth science, chemistry, physics to help them with those classes they'll be taking in subsequent years in their high school. Here's kind of my grading system. You can see here 60% are assessments. Basically, I mean like tests, quizzes, writing assignments like essays and projects, kind of the more involved work. 30% are assignments, kind of any other work. And then we'll either have a final exam or a final project, and that'll be 10% of the grade. The textbook we have for this class is a digital textbook, and I have the textbook posted on Google Classroom as well as my teacher website. So students have access 2 different ways to get that digital textbook. In case you're curious about some of the concepts we're going to be learning in this class, it's broken down here. I won't go through all of it, but you can see here in the lessons, these are the different like concepts or topics we'll cover. And then here's the different standards we're going to hit while we cover these topics. I think this is kind of the most useful part of the video will be some of these key resources that you should be aware of, that your students going to be using and that you can use too to better support them. You know, all of our students, your child deserves a great education. We want to make sure we're supporting him or her in the best way to be able to get that great education. So the first resource is Google Classroom. This is where class resources are posted. Also, assignments are posted, and this is where students will submit their assignments. So the sort of landing page or home page for Google Classroom, using a different class as an example, is this Stream tab. And that's where teachers will post videos. They'll post links. This one's a link to Zoom, which is like a video conferencing, how we're kind of delivering instruction. And then I have my website linked here. I have my syllabus linked here. I'll go to physical science so you can see that. I'll have my textbook is here. So here's the digital textbook is posted here, like I said. Also, the second tab is classwork. This is where teachers will post assignments. So you can see here this assignment. I have the name of the assignment here. These are kind of directions for the assignment. I just assigned this recently, so students haven't turned it in yet. It's not due until August 26th, but I have a couple of resources that I made attached to this to help students in completing the assignment. So again, this is the classwork tab. This is where you'll see all the assignments, and the due dates are here as well. Students can even put comments if they have questions, and I'll address those questions. And this is where they submit their work for the most part for most of their classes is through Google Classroom. Kind of cool is you can have access to your child's Google Classroom. So if your email address is already on file with the school, then you should have access to Google Classroom. If not, if you email your teacher, they'll give you a link and a code in order to join the class. You won't be able to submit assignments, but you'll be able to see all the assignments that are posted and due dates and stuff like that. So you do have access to Google Classroom. Either just need to contact the office to make sure your email is in our system, or email the teacher and they'll give you a link with a code. All right, let's go back to that slideshow. The next resource is ARIES. This is where grades are posted. Also, there's a communication piece as part of this website. It also has announcements and stuff like that. I won't show you the actual ARIES, but again, you can see your child's all their class grades, as well as like any missing assignments. So you'll be able to see kind of grades, missing assignments there. There's also a communication piece where sometimes our district will send out a message, or the school, like principal or assistant principal, may send out a message, or the teacher may send out a message to the parents. So some sort of announcement that we think you need to be aware of. The next website is the school website. So that's lindhurst.mjusd.com. I'll show you that. There's a lot of tabs here that have drop down. So parents, there's an ARIES parent portal here, some other sort of options here. Also, all teachers' websites are here. So like, here's me. If I click on that, it'll bring up my website, and you can see I have links to the district website, the school website. I have links to ARIES, this crisis hotline, and then I also have stuff like tips for distance learning on here. So you just use this drop down to kind of see some of this stuff. So I do have some tips that if you need some support, I got this from a lot of different resources, so they're kind of already kind of screened by me as I think that they'll be useful. The other thing you'll see here is physical science, like the textbook. Again, I said I had it linked here, so here it is, and I have some description of what pages you can go to. All right, so that's my website, and I found that off of the school website. Also, there's a bunch of announcements on the school website. So like nutrition services are here. You can see what meals are being offered each day. Also a calendar, so you can kind of see holidays and stuff like that. We have our schedule here, and there's also a quick links tab as well. Some of these kind of sites that are used frequently. And then lastly, the district website has our academic calendar. So it tells you like how long our Christmas break is. It tells you, holidays, but also has links to nutrition services and a whole bunch of other stuff. So here's our district website, mjusd.com. And again, they have tabs here. So parents, you have ARIES and other resources. They also have announcements here. They also have a calendar here. But you can see here, they also have a distance learning site. So this has more tips if you want to see some more tips on how to support your child. They have stuff like learning resources for different grade levels and these other tabs for the distance learning. So I got that, and I kind of just scrolled down on their website to get there. But they also have calendars, so you're able to see like the student calendar. You can even see next year's calendar if you're curious about, days off and holiday breaks and stuff like that. Just taking a second to load. There it is. So hopefully these are kind of helpful tools for you. It's on our school website, but here's the bell schedule. The gray boxes are kind of like the live sessions. This is where teachers usually have a Zoom video conference session or a Google Meet. You can see here like periods 1, 2, and 3 are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Periods 4, 5, and 6 are Wednesdays and Fridays. Each period is about an hour, 18 minutes. The teacher may not be live the whole hour and 18 minutes, but they'll be live for some of that session and then let the students know what they need to do for the rest of it. But during that time, we do expect students, even if they're not on the Zoom or Google Meet video anymore, that they should be working on the assignment that the teacher gave to them or explained to them during the live session. So that time they should be doing schoolwork. And if they say, oh no, we're done, they probably have an assignment they should be working on, and that's why the teacher let them out early to work on that assignment. For me, I'll be on the Zoom the whole time, but sometimes I do let students out early so they can work on the assignment kind of on their own. But I'm on the Zoom just in case they have questions. And then you can see here lunch is between 12:20 and 12:55. And then this 1 to 2 o'clock is this academic intervention support enrichment. It's kind of like office hours. So if a student needs additional help, they're kind of confused or lost, teachers are accessible during this hour, and we can set up a video conference or just kind of chat through Gmail, through email. So we're kind of available for immediate assistance during that hour. Monday's a little bit different. You can see here is just one gray box, only one live session, this Blazer block, which is kind of a support class. We really want to help students with that social, emotional component, and maybe some other skills that aren't directly covered in some of the academic classes. Then again, we have this sort of office hours here for a couple hours on Monday too for students that need additional help. All right, and then here is the meal services. Again, you could have got this from our website, the Lindhurst High website, or the district website, but it lets you know school sites where you can pick up meals. And the meal is, you can see here, hot lunch, supper, snack, and a breakfast is included in that meal pickup. So it's kind of like 4 meals, I guess. And then you can pick up the meals at any location. You don't have to just pick up from Lindhurst. If you live closer to a different school site, then you can pick up from a different school site. So you can pick up from any of the locations listed. And then lastly, thanks for sticking through this. Here's what you can do. Make sure your email is in our system, or just make sure you get access to your child's Google Classroom. You can email your teacher, their teacher. Make sure you have your parent ARIES account set up. And then I have tips on my website. Again, you can get that from the Lindhurst website, and you can access any of the teachers' websites here. So I have some tips on how to support your child during this distance learning. And then here's our main office phone number if you want to contact them about setting up an ARIES account or anything like that. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks so much for being a part of your child's learning, and I'm here to support them. So thank you.